In the previous session, we have seen the role and responsibility of the department table. Right now, the department table has 3 records. The first record is describing sales and marketing, the second record is describing finance, and the third record is describing research. Each department information are now uniquely represented by a numeric value, a number value. Now, what we would like to do in this session is that we would like to go and have a drop-down list that is able to go and show all these information to the user, so that the user can actually select and click a button to make a selection. Okay, now you see, this is actually the table, the department table. The department table has 3 records, and this is the drop-down list. So what is this diagram in between? This is actually a variable that is capable of holding all the information that are collected from the table. This is actually a variable that will hold all the information that we will be using C# to collect from this table. We will code C# in order to collect information from this database table, put it inside this variable, so that the drop-down list will be able to use it. In other words, this web form is not going to directly obtain the information from the database table department. We must actually put them inside this special variable first, and then the drop-down list must be configured to use this information. Okay, so right now I have already created a project. The name of this project is called experiment drop-down list _ data binding concept. First thing first, I need to go and add a new folder, and the new folder is called app_code. In this folder, I need to tell it that I would like to add a class file. So I will select add a new item, and this new item is actually going to be a class file. Now, what is the name that I would like to provide for this class file? CDepartmentManager. Okay, right, CDepartmentManager.cs. So right now I have already added a new class file within the app_code. Now you notice that the Microsoft Visual Studio.NET environment has already opened up the content of the CDepartmentManager.cs, and it also provides all the default necessary code, but not enough. We need to go and apply the using keyword in order to go and tell the .NET engine that you need to go and bring in this library, this namespace, right, so that we can actually empower our code to create a special variable capable of what? Capable of holding info such as what? Such as the one which is actually shown in this document here. This one. Okay, this one. What is the name of this variable? It is actually something to do with department data. Okay, right. Now let's come back to the code here. You notice that I will also need to go and apply the using keyword to go and import in system.data.sql client. Now, what is the purpose of this one? This one is actually to go and empower our code so that our code can what? So that we can talk to the SQL Server database. Okay, right. Without this line, we are definitely kaput. Now, right now, this class is not part of the project. In other words, the project will not use or consider the code applied in this class, because if I actually right click on this class and then select properties, this is actually the properties window. You notice that the build action is content. We need to go and change it to compile. Okay, we need to go and change it to compile. So right now we are ready in order to go and provide some code within this C class manager. Oops, I pushed the wrong curly bracket down. Right, okay, I'm spreading it out. So I need to go and provide some code here. Provide code to what? Provide code to read from the database. Right, then after that, what what am I going to read from the database? The department records, right? I need to go and read from the database to obtain the department records from the department table. Then I need to go and store it inside a special data table variable, okay, right? And then after that, I will also need to what? Return this data table that holds what? That holds the department information to the web form. So I need to have, or the calling web form. The calling web form will be much more appropriate, okay? Calling web form means the web form that will be using this code here. Now, how can I actually group up this code? I need to go and group up many lines of code soon, so I will need to go and define a public method. What is the name of this method? The name of this method is called getAllDepartmentData, okay? Now then, what else, right? Of course, I need to have a public modifier here. Then what else? I need to, okay, what is the data type of the returned result? It is going to be data table. That's it. Now it will still complain. The reason why it complains is because I need to go and provide some code here called return something, which I have not. So it is just giving me a reminder that remember to use return something something sooner or later when you complete programming the necessary logic inside the getAllDepartmentData. So in the next segment, we will be focusing on getting all these code up so that we will eventually complete our task in bringing all these records from the department table into a special variable data table, right, that will hold all this information. Okay, so next segment we will be focusing on this part. From this department table, dump it into here, okay, and we will see how we can actually develop the code to achieve that objective.